Willkommen, Ronnie-Ward. Willkommen, Ronnie-Ward. Thursday, the 19th day of March 2026. From the Ditmas Park section of the Flatbush neighborhood, borough of Brooklyn, county of Kings. This side of the Strait of Hormuz, otherwise known as the Verrazano Narrows, and the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, the gateway to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, here is somebody I just call the AC. No, the C. Wait just a minute. CFAP. And then that is a thing. That's a party. The CFA party, CFAP, and then this is the first example of brigade, meaning people who are brigade, whatever, brigade. So it's a CFA party brigade or CFAP brigade. It's 12 minutes. I'm not going to provide a commentary because this is all I've done so far. How did I find this? I did a search for Stephen Miller, and this was the first one up because Stephen Miller, I thought I was going to listen to an interview between Stephen Miller and Laura Engel. That's what I saw. So much to my surprise when I clicked on it. Well, it is Stephen Miller and Laura Engel, but but they are the subject of this person doing a analysis. And as soon as I saw this little person here, I said, "Oh, that's the playlist, CFA Party Brigade." So I have a new playlist. I'm not going to say anything else because I haven't listened to it. No, I stopped right away. So here you go. I'm not going to say anything about it. Nope, here it is. Whatever is said here, I only recognize Laura Engel and Stephen Miller, and that's what I saw as the image for the video. I thought when I clicked on it, it was just going to be from the Laura Engel show or something. I had no idea that Laura Engel. And we had a conversation somewhere that's not relevant anymore. It's the fact that I said, well, who's that person? I don't even know. I don't know what channel it is. I didn't stop to look or anything. I'm not going to investigate. So here we go. Here we go. Are you ready? Yeah. Willkommen. My God, this is hilarious. It's pretty hilarious.
Ingram says, Ingram starts to push back here, actually. She says, they're getting help from Russia. Did we anticipate that? I just want to say, watching Donald Trump's Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, melt down on live TV has become somewhat of a bi-monthly ritual for the Mockler Media channel. On the Adam Mockler feed, we are constantly covering Stephen Miller's
I have no idea what he's talking
lies.
about.
There's a common theme
I've never
with his
heard of
news
it.
hits
I don't
beyond the
know.
lies. It's the fact that he always starts them off somewhat calm in his talking, and then throughout it, it's like he's one of those
I don't know what he
where you're
means.
slowly
I have no
winding him up,
idea.
and by the end of the interview, he's usually screaming for no reason, completely wound up, even scaring the interviewer sometimes. This guy's cadence is just, well, Hitler-esque. What other word do you use to describe it? The way he screams at the camera should make even Republicans get chills. So we're going to break all of this down. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the Adam Mockler feed. We have a lot of interesting stats and information to give you all. that
I do
debunks
not
exactly what
know
Stephen Miller is
the
saying.
name
So we're getting
Adam
closer to 2
Mockler.
million
Is
subscribers.
this
If you want to
Adam
help that,
Mockler? I have
make sure
no
you subscribe
idea.
to the
I
Adam
don't know
Mockler
what
feed,
Adam
and I will be
Mockler
on
even
CNN
means.
Newsnight on Friday night. So make sure you tune in, put it on your calendar. Let's start here. Laura Ingraham asks Stephen
Oh,
Miller
Laura
about the
Ingraham.
Strait of Hormuz being
I'm
closed.
so
Remember, the Strait of
confused.
Hormuz is a narrow pathway where it's about 20 miles long at some parts, but the
Now, I just said what I said. Strait of Hormuz, or the gap between Brooklyn and Staten Island, known as the Verrazano Narrows, connected with the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. Now, that's just a wild idea that I have, but if you understand what's really going on in the world, especially here in New York Harbor, then you'll understand that my assessment, due to careful, it's only an intelligence assessment. My assessment is that the Strait of Hormuz plays a dual mapping function. There's things happening in the actual Strait of Hormuz, I believe, but I read it as the Verrazano Narrows. And that's a choke point here in New York. And there's perhaps one over at the what you know is the Strait of Hormuz. I'd said that earlier, but anyway, this person here, or whatever, I don't know. Here you go.
the narrowest lane for ships to go through is 2 miles. This is a very, very important statistic right here. The narrowest point for ships to pass through is 2 miles. That gives Iran the ability to.
All right, I already say this. The distance from Brooklyn to Staten Island can't be but 2 miles, if that much. Yeah, from footing to footing of the span. So I now know that this person is specifically talking about the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. So he knows something, obviously. I still don't know who he is. I'm not the only one. No. Of course I'm not. Not when this has been the case for a long, long time. This wasn't an invention just this last 28 days, folks. This proves it. This is, I don't know who this person is. This proves concrete, a fact, that the Strait of Hormuz has always meant here, the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. Always. And maybe never over at Iran and Saudi Arabia. Always here and never there.
Strike that 2 mile stretch directly off of its coast, meaning anybody who goes through there is in massive danger, meaning the global oil supply is being choked and prices are increasing. Let's see what Stephen Miller has to say about this.
Let's roll it back.
Ingram says, Ingram starts to push back here, actually. She says, they're getting help from Russia. Did we anticipate that? I just want to say, watching Donald Trump's deputy chief of staff, Stephen Miller, melt down on live TV has become somewhat of a bi-monthly ritual for the Mockler Media channel. On the Adam Mockler feed, we are constantly covering Stephen Miller's repulsive lies. There's a common theme with his news hits beyond the lies. It's the fact that he always starts them off somewhat calm in his talking, and then throughout it, it's like he's one of those wind-up toys where you're slowly winding him up, and by the end of the interview, he's usually screaming for no reason, completely wound up, even scaring the interviewer sometimes. This guy's cadence is just Hitler-esque. What other word do you use to describe it? The way he screams at the camera should make even Republicans get chills. So we're gonna break all of this down. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the Adam Mockler feed. We have a lot of interesting stats and information to give you all that debunks exactly what Stephen Miller is saying. So we're getting closer to 2 million subscribers. If you want to help that, make sure you're subscribed to the Adam Mockler feed. And I will be on CNN Newsnight on Friday night. So make sure you tune in, put it on your calendar. Let's start here.
Yes.
Laura Ingraham asks Stephen Miller about the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh, well, he said he will be on. He said he will be on CNN Newsnight. That fucking Jane Fonda bitch and her fucking husband Ted Turner. Well, Jane and Ted, fuck you. I told you, Jane Fonda, a long time ago. You're my nemesis. Well, now you really are. You dirty bitch. I'm going to come and get you personally and grab you by the hair of your fucking nappy head and drag you down the fucking concrete and bash your fucking brain in while your husband watches. You bitch. Fonda? Fuck you. That ain't even no real name. Wanna have a little Fonda fondue? Bitch. Jane. I'm Tarzan. So fucking do what I say. No. If you're Jane, I'm King Kong. Yeah. Jane. You've haunted me my entire fucking life. You and you're nothing. You're a deadbeat piece of cheap trash. You spread your legs so many times. My God, how many babies have you had? And well, if Emmanuel Macron is out of De Gaulle, part of a jackal of a slough, then you're some kind of fucking spawn. Yeah, you just open your legs and spawn flows out or something. You fucking ancient bitch, you. I've got you this time. I'm really gonna get you and your fucking husband too. And the other one, Gavin. Uncle Gavin, yeah. Prince Gavin. And it's all coming down, you fucking bitch. Jane. Yeah, Jane. Jane. Honey, dear, sweetie heart. Yeah, your Sierra Club thing, all that. No problem. Thank you for help preserving land. No problem, baby.